choice.
Nobody has a choice on the road. Oh, yeah. So, everyone, we gave it a good, 4 days since the since the season finale. 4.5. Since the season finale of season 4 of The Walking Dead. I was gonna start humming the song, but I was like, I don't even know it. I was gonna go, but that's X-Files. So, much like our Game of Thrones season 3 talk, here's how it's gonna go. Except for we're gonna keep this even shorter for the review part. We're gonna review it immediately. We're just gonna say, well, if we liked it, didn't like it, and if there was any little things that bugged us. Cause it's really hard to talk about a season without spoiling shit within that season. So for all the people who, maybe want to catch it on Netflix or buy it when it comes on DVD because you don't have AMC or cable or whatever, we're going to tell you how the season was just in general, and then we're going to say, get the hell out, and everyone else who's seen the season can stay, and we're going to spoil the shit of it and talk about all the little nooks and crannies and what our thoughts for season 5 will be. So without further ado, Nick, did you like season 4?
Yes.
Yes. If you had to rank the seasons out of all 4 of them,
I would put it at number 4.
I would have to put at least number 3 because I still think it beats number 1.
Well, I mean, it beats number 1 just because it has length, but,
Yeah.
like they say, the zombies are supposed to be really terrifying and a huge threat. They were the biggest threat in season 1.
Yeah, no, in season 1 they were the biggest threat because they didn't know how to kill them. In this one, they try to say that again. I'm like, they're not a threat at all. And, I'm sorry folks, when they try to say they're gonna make the zombies a big threat, they didn't do nothing. They didn't add any new type of, they added a couple new scenarios like fog and, that's something we haven't seen before, is like a bunch of zombies walking around. You can't see, you can hardly see the hand in front of your face. That's a new type of scenario. And also the tunnel.
Yeah.
So we did see a couple new ones, but nothing to really, make you think like, shit, the zombies mean serious now.
Not, a 1,000 swarm of them surrounding a tank.
It happened once in season 2 where they had the pack of zombies just moving around.
Oh yeah, the horde.
Yeah. Minor spoiler, they don't run into a horde of zombies in this. A few dozen here and there, but not hundreds of them just,
Well, I mean, they do, but that horde was lured there.
Sort of. Yeah, I do remember that part. Yeah, they were they were already, whatever. But anyways, season 4, it is split up, and my whole thoughts with season 4, and it kind of bugs me. Season 4 is technically, in my opinion, 2 different seasons in one. Because they got the prison and they got after the prison. And those things are so different in how they're, how they are, that they might as well just been season 4 and season 5.
Probably should have saved that for part of the
spoiler.
spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler.
Now they know they left the fucking prison.
They were gonna stay there for another season? Come on, Nick.
Why the fuck not? It was safe. It was secure.
I'm not saying what happens. I'm just saying they have to leave. Because that's halfway through the season. I'm sorry. They just, in order to review, you gotta say, I have to say that because they're 2 different seasons and I don't care for that. I don't care, because season 1, season 2, and season 3, they're all very definitive. Like season 2, they're all in the, they're in the farm majority of the season. They're farm. Season 3, majority of the time, actually all the time, is in the prison.
The first 2 episodes, I mean, they spend as much time in the prison as they do on farm.
Yeah, basically, but it's still in set one area. Season 1, they're on the road, so it makes sense why they keep moving.
Yeah.
But season 4, they split it up, and I'm just like, I understand they, because we couldn't have another season them stuck in the prison the entire time, but when they spent over half that season in the prison, and then they're just like, nope, now we gotta leave and do,
Well, it was exactly half, actually.
Yeah, well, that's what, yeah. Still, they spent half the season in the prison, and the other half, they could have did a couple episodes in the prison, something happens, and then leave. But, that, I don't know, that's just, it's something that kind of dug into me.
It was the mid-season, so they just broke it into 2 parts.
Yeah, I know what a mid-season is, Nick, but you don't need a,
It's 2 chapters of the same book.
It's still just kind of, I don't know. But, I'm trying to think. They introduced a couple new characters, they were decent.
They introduced a lot of new characters, and then they kill them off immediately.
Well, I should say, they introduced a couple main characters. That's who I'm trying to... They introduced about 4 main characters in season 4. I won't name them off because, actually, maybe 5. Okay. They introduced a few of them. I'm trying to,
Whatever. There's some.
They introduced some new characters and there's no real big, there's I can only think of one big death that we won't get into that happens in the whole season.
This isn't Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, in the previous seasons, they've been pretty willing to kill off some major characters.
I would say 2.
We'll talk about that when we get to the thing. But, you're right. Yeah, I know, you just made me remember that. Anyways, yeah, it's not I don't know, I'm trying to think, cause, like I said, that's why I'm trying to keep this part of the review short, because it's really hard to talk about without talking about the actual things that happen. I think they do a good thing with Rick. I think Rick's character really kind of evolves pretty well.
Better than fucking Daryl.
Oh, yeah, better than Daryl, yes. Way better than Daryl. Daryl doesn't...
Barrel,
yes. I don't know. Any closing thoughts you want to talk about with the review part of the season? Nope. What would you rate this season?
I'd give it a 4.
4? I'd give it a 3. I wasn't too impressed with it, and nothing, I kept watching, hoping something had that, cause the end of, all the end seasons, every season has that, oh shit moment where everyone's talking about it. This season had it once. Yeah, it had one oh shit moment. But it wasn't towards the end. Basically, I really thought the second half of this season was damn near throwaway.
Yeah, it was filler.
Yeah, it really was. And that's kind of why I marked it down.
I would say filler/setup.
Well, actually, honestly, the entire season felt like that. Because the first half, until they get to a certain point, mostly filler. It's just a bunch of boring crap I don't care about. And then the second half is a bunch more filler. And it has a bunch of, this season was just a mid-season in between the good shit that's happening. In my opinion. So yeah, I'm just gonna give it a 3 out of 5. So, now folks, if you have not seen season 4.
Bye-bye.
Please walk away. Just walk away! And then you can come back after you finish watching season 4 and be like, oh, I agree with these guys completely.
Wait. Give them time to leave.
You guys gone? Hey, you get the hell out. Don't you try to hide behind him. Get out of here! That was funny. Anyways, alright, for the rest of us who have actually seen season 4, let's talk about season 4. Let's start about the first half with the flu. I thought that was boring as fuck. I understand they added a new...
What they did that? They did that to get rid of all the characters.
They could have just had the zombies that were breaking in just start munching down on a bunch of people.
They wanted to...
It would have made the zombies threatening again. They could still...
But see, what's more threatening than everyone in the prison already dying and have threat inside and outside?
It was an interesting concept that you really don't see too often in zombie films. What about just illness, guys? It has nothing to do with the zombie illness. It's just, fucking swine flu or some shit.
I don't remember swine flu making your eyes bleed.
I don't know what the fuck it was, dude. I don't know. I just assumed swine flu just because
swine flu 2.0.
They had to kill the pigs, so I was like, oh, it must have been something with the pigs. But yeah, you had Rick. He was being a farmer in the first half, which I can respect that because for 3 fucking seasons, he's murdering, he's killing, he's protecting everybody in the group, doing kind of a job at it.
You see that old Rick come back though.
You do see him.
Moment.
Oh yeah, when you see old Rick come back, it is the best. But right now, they're trying to do a democracy thing. They're building they have crops, they have pigs. The main characters from season 3 are kind of the whole leaders now. They split it up with, the old man, who I already forgot his name. Herschel, yeah, cause he's been dead for so long I forgot his name. Herschel, Maggie, Glenn,
Rick.
No, Rick's not part of it.
You're right.
It's, what's her face? The butch looking chick.
Carol,
thank you. Carol.
You're really bad with names.
Sometimes I am, yeah. And I think those are it.
I feel like Daryl was involved.
Oh yeah, and Daryl. Yeah, Daryl.
Possibly Tyrese.
I don't think he was. I think he was on the outskirts with the other new people at the time. But yeah, they're all making the decisions right now. They're like, no, okay, we're gonna do this, we need to do hunts. And then the disease starts hitting, and then they, bleh. It's just disease. They're trying to survive. You know, you really get to see good. I really think the first half of season 4 was Herschel's time to shine finally, because you know he was all being heroic and shit, going in there being Dr. Herschel. You know, running around with his wooden leg, which you know after a while I noticed the limp went away and he just started walking normal, and I'm like, dude, it's a prosthetic leg. You're not gonna be walking that normal.
Did he get a wooden leg?
Yeah, he got like a prosthetic leg or something like that. Like it was, from what I remember, it was like a wooden thing where he put a shoe over it, so they just didn't have to have him on canes anymore. And then it was like a piece of wood just going right into his leg.
I don't remember that.
Well, not right into it. He had another
Obviously.
thing there, but yeah, basically it was like that. That's so he could actually walk around. He didn't need the crutches anymore. Because honestly, in season 3, when they got rid of his leg, my first thought was, well, he's not gonna last much longer. But yeah. So you have, you know, he's playing Dr. Herschel. People are dying left and right. I mean,
again, so they can get rid of all the characters.
they're getting a bunch of side characters, basically. A bunch of nobodies that no one gave a shit about anyways. Like, none of the important people die by this flu, which is nice, in my opinion. I mean, when Glenn got sick, Nick, I was worried, because I was like, I like Glenn. If he fucking dies by the flu, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, talk about a dude in season 3 who got the living shit kicked out of him, and what's gonna get rid of him? The sniffles. God damn it. But yeah, they have that, and so the flu's getting rid of him. Carol blatantly just fucking murders 2 people.
That was a big moment for the internet.
Oh, that was a huge moment for the internet. Honestly, for, you know, all of us Walking Dead fans, if you DVR it at all, you gotta, like, just stay away from people until you get time to watch it. Because I have never seen a show, Nick, that gets spoiled as quickly as this.
Oh yeah. No, it was like the next day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I go to my college on Monday, and I had to, like, keep my headphones in class started because there was a couple of assholes over there that wanted to talk about The Walking Dead. And just start talking about, the oh shit moments. I'm like, well, no, gotta keep these in because you fuckers every fucking week. I record it because I don't like watching TV with commercials. It bugs me. Every 2 seconds when it's
God,
like,
you spoiled baby.
I know, I am.
Granted, I will admit, in the season 4, there was one point where I remember I was watching on demand, so there was like 2-second commercials,
Mm-hmm.
but still, I was watching. It was a good 2-minute interval of show and then back to commercial. Like, seriously?
So you just kept getting show commercial.
No, it was just like that one. Like it was good length, and then a commercial, and then like 2 minutes of. It was when Glenn and lesbian bitch were in the tunnel.
Oh, that time.
And then it cut to commercial again after like 2 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. So they have that. Yeah, I you know, AMC, they like their commercials sometimes. But anyways, yeah, so the prison's getting kind of shitty. Then eventually, I forget, how did they even get rid of the flu? Did anyone just die off, or they went to the hospital with an antidote or something?
Yeah, they vaccinated it.
Yeah, they vaccinated. I remember.
By they,
that.
I mean Herschel.
Yeah, by Herschel. And Daryl and, I forget who went with Daryl. It was Tyrese, because he came back to his girlfriend being dead or something.
Yeah, it was Daryl, Tyrese, and Michonne, and Bob.
Oh yeah, Bob. Yeah, we were introduced to Bob, the guy who I thought was going to get killed off immediately, because honestly, I'm not the racist. Walking Dead, as you and I just established in season 3, they killed off a lot of black people in season 3. It was just like they introduced someone and they just kill them off, and it was like, okay, so we'll see how long drunk Bob does. And he's still around. He's doing good. I actually kind of like Bob now.
That's because he kicked the habit.
He kicked the habit, and honestly, he's a little bit funny. Like when he was talking to, when they're actually on the road, and he's talking to, and it wasn't Maggie, it was the other chick. The black chick.
Sasha,
thank you. She's not that important of a character. Also surprised she's still around. She's another one I was like, wow, really? You're still alive? Okay. He was talking to her, and he was just kind of convincing her, just like, no, I'm, just convincing her, we need to help out Maggie. And I thought that was cool. But, yeah, we were introduced to Bob in the first half, and he's okay. In the first half, he really is a side character, if any. Like, he hardly has any lines. He's only in a couple episodes. And then, once they kick the thing, we see the return of the asshole. The governor. The governator! Yeah, he's back.
When they try to make you feel bad for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when he's like with that family, they're trying to be like, oh, see, which I don't understand how those, we have an old father, really, that lesbian cop bitch who's really annoying in the first half, and the normal chick with a kid, I never even remember. I don't even know the lesbian's name either. They don't say it enough.
No. Well, I'm sure they did in the first half.
Well, I'm sure they did in the second half. I don't remember them saying her name like at all. But yeah, basically, yeah, he meets up with them, and somehow they've been surviving in an apartment complex for the entire time. Lord knows how the fuck they manage that. Like, yeah, they just had a lot of SpaghettiOs. Man, it was quite amazing to me. Yeah, so, yeah, you know, he looks weird. When he had the long hair and the beard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was like, that's no bueno. And I love how they just accept this guy into their life. You know, not even asking, how'd you lose the eye? Oh, some crazy black chick. She killed my kid and stabbed me in the eye because I tried to kill her. My kid was a zombie, so she's, oh, wait. But yeah, he cleans up and he meets up with that, what is this? I think his name was Sanchez. His right hand.
Oh, yes. Sanchez.
From the town. He meets up with him, who created his whole new force of assholeness. Actually, those guys weren't really that bad at people. They were just really influenced, like, very easily. They don't even, what happened to Sanchez? Oh, he's gone. Where'd he go? He's gone. Now you're gonna listen to me, we're gonna go attack some other people.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, they were scared, and
they had a fucking tank. They have nothing to be scared about, Nick. They have a fucking tank. They could probably end the zombie apocalypse in Georgia. Like, all they have to do is just drive that tank down. They're like, wait, there's a horde of zombies. Get that tank going.
Yeah,
Quick,
crunch, crunch. Gas.
Apparently gas is not an issue in this universe, sir.
Sure it is. They kept siphoning it from other cars.
Yeah, exactly. So they just keep siphoning it from other cars to put in the tank. The fact that they still had shells for the tank amazed me. When they were blowing up the prison, I was just like, oh, okay, so you guys still have shells for this thing. Which, that was one of the biggest flaws with that main, you know, the thing that should have been the season finale, in my opinion. When they're shooting at the prison, at the tank and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, Governor, come here, let's have a chat. Say you kill Rick. Say you kill them all. You win. Now you got an assload of zombies because you guys were all firing machine guns and tanks and shit.
That's true. And, you know, he tore down the only defense.
Yeah, and you tore down the only fence. So if you think you and your little ragtag group of assholes here is going to stop the zombie horde before you can put up another thing of fences, good fucking luck. Because they were having a hard time with fences already pre-installed.
Well, it would have been better if, you know, little bitch-face McGee wasn't feeding them rats.
The crazy bitch-ass motherfucker. Oh, God, dude. That little girl, I just, ugh. I was digging that internet meme where it had Tyrese just looking at her going, what the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, so, you know, as we all know, you know, Herschel gets his head chopped. Not even off. Just
he's
halfway.
Nearly headless.
He's nearly headless Herschel. Why didn't I see that joke running around?
I did.
I never saw that joke.
You know, the Harry Potter, nearly headless. How can you be nearly headless? And just Herschel like this.
That was such an intense scene, dude. Because I didn't know if he was going to do it. That was one of those moments where I was like, well, I don't know if he's just there at the Mexican standoff or has a sword. He's just like, and then, you know, maybe Rick's going to give an inspiring speech, make all the others turn on the governor or something. Fuck no. Herschel just, you know, he's gone.
I haven't seen a scene that powerful since the last season of Breaking Bad.
I haven't seen that powerful since the second season of The Walking Dead. Actually, honestly, since season 3 of Game of Thrones. But that's beside the point.
Ooh, 3 days.
Shut up. Anyways. So yeah, Governor, killed, as we know. Gets killed by the chick that me and Nick were talking about before we started recording.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend, you know, because her daughter dies and she wants a little bit of revenge, so she shoots his zombie, you know, his turning zombie ass in the face. But we never see her again. Like, is she gonna reappear? Is she just gone? No one knows. Just maybe she died. I think I remember her sister saying she was killed, but you think they would show her die on screen, for God's sakes.
Well, there is a pretty large jump cut there.
Yeah, it's a huge jump cut. It's just like, oh yeah, everyone's escaping. Oh God, Rick and his son are barely making it out. They're finding in a neighborhood now, and
well, that couldn't have been more than a few hours though, because he was still all fucked up from his fight with the governor.
He gets his ass whipped, which I was like, come on, Rick, have you not? How was the governor? You know, we never really found out what the hell the governor did before this. But if you ask me, Governor was apparently a boxer because he whips the shit out of Rick.
Out of, a county sheriff.
A county sheriff who you think would be trained in some form of hand-to-hand combat for the most part. But yeah, Rick got a living shit kicked out of him. And I forgot, who the hell takes out the governor again? Was it Michonne?
Yeah, she stabs him.
Okay. Because I knew Rick didn't take him out. It was like, I didn't remember if his girlfriend shot him or if Michonne took him out.
Michonne stabbed him, and then as he's laying there dying, she shoots him in the face with his own gun.
Okay. Yeah, that was amazing. That was my oh shit moment of the season, Nick. That was my major one, because, Herschel dies, the governor dies. I was like, whoa, shit, I thought he was going to be the central villain for another season. Nope, he's gone. And, which kind of brought me to a problem I had, because I kind of like having a central villain in The Walking Dead, since the zombies are no longer a threat.
Well, now they got to deal with Terminus.
Oh yeah, now they got to deal with the Terminus people, but we'll save that talk for the very end.
You can't just have one villain through the whole series.
Well, no, I know that. I know that, Nick. I knew the governor was going to have to die sometime. But how did Walter say he does in the comics? Do you remember?
I think his daughter bites him.
Oh, really?
Or Michonne feeds him to his daughter or something.
Oh, wow, that's fucking dark. That's worse than what actually happens. Yeah, that's pretty badass, though. Yeah, so Governor's out of the picture, and then we cut to season 4, second half, the part that me and Nick both agree. Just kind of filler, Yeah,
all it was the people, what everyone did afterwards.
I kind of did, I will say one thing though, Nick. I dig how they were showing the separation.
Yeah.
I did dig that. And I was quite curious on when everyone in the timeline was, like how close they were to each other. Turns out it was literally how they were showing them essentially. Like apparently Maggie and her group were far ahead of everybody else. Glenn and them were second in head.
Well, they had a bunch of detours.
Yeah, true. And Rick and them were the slowest in the bunch. No, not the slowest, because Tyrese and What's-Her-Face, since they had to take that pit stop in the house for a while,
yeah,
they were the real slow ones. But we'll talk about Rick to start with.
Listen, you can't really say, because, him and Carl were stopped in that house for a good 2-3 days.
I know, because he had to get his ass kicked. And that's when we really see Carl evolve as a character a little bit. Where, he kind of stops being this, I could do everything myself, Dad. I don't need you to, Daddy.
Boy.
Yeah, he kind of goes back to a kid. I mean, he's still pretty self-efficient because he's not scared of the zombies too much. But he stops being such a dick. And that's where I was like, yes, I was happy. I start liking Carl again. Because for a little while there, I was kind of like, Carl, just respect your fucking dad, alright? Don't have to be a dick all the time. He's all you got, motherfucker. And you're gonna be like, I could do everything myself.
I will say though, the one problem I had with this is, they show in season 2, they had a backup plan for if the farm got fucked up. Why didn't they have one here? Remember, the farm gets destroyed and overrun by the zombies, everyone splits off, runs away, and they meet up on the road. Here,
true.
The prison gets fucked up by the zombies, everyone splits up and runs away.
I know. Yeah, that's very true, And that's, you think they would at least be like, okay, at least we should go find a bus or something, or, which they never explain what the fuck happened with the bus. It just someone must have got bit on there or something, but.
It got overrun.
Yeah, or a crazy bitch let a zombie in because she was on that. No, she got off the bus, never mind. I don't know. It did get overrun, and somehow, because you think with them driving, I think someone got bit or something. They don't really explain that. The bus full of other mysterious assholes that they just happen to keep alive, they just kill off screen.
Yeah.
So
there's a bus. Shit.
They're all zombies. We'll have Maggie kill them all. But yeah, with Rick, he's in the house recuperating. Carl fights his own little self-demons of himself. Michonne comes back, and that's when we first see, the typical post-apocalyptic bandit assholes for the first time. But we don't really know who they are, I guess, at the time. Where Rick apparently, instead of just, I guess he pulled the smart move and just get the fuck out of there. But, and then again, he doesn't because he kills one of the dudes.
But, I don't remember any of them seeing Rick.
I thought one did.
Yeah, and he killed him.
No, I thought one did when he was running away from the porch.
Oh.
But he saw him, but then the zombie thing started happening because he didn't actually kill the guy in the head. So the zombie came back alive, so he ran inside. I think that's what happened, if I remember correctly. But, so Rick got away, and then, basically nothing. Rick's story is pretty boring. And
it gets, 2 episodes, and then we don't see him again till the end.
Yeah, till the end, basically. And then Maggie, she's looking for Glenn the whole time, and Bob and Sasha just kind of with her. They're just like, well, we can't split up. Yeah, Maggie, I have to say, damn, she's a committed wife. Like, she's, she killed the entire bus full of motherfuckers. Glenn's not here. Let's keep moving.
Was she wasn't on the bus.
No, she wasn't. No, she finds the bus and opens the door looking for Glenn because she thought he was still on there.
I don't remember that.
I remember that. Yeah, now who doesn't remember? Anyways, yeah, so, she's looking for him. She's being smart. She does do that one dark-ass thing where she cuts open a zombie and starts right in his blood. Sharpie markers are a hard comedy to find, so.
I don't see how that's dark. It's already a zombie.
Yeah, but it's still kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you not remember season 1 where they covered themselves in zombie guts?
Survival effort, sir.
It's a survival effort.
That's not a survival effort.
You gotta leave messages.
That's writing a message. What, you're telling me you couldn't make a message out of tree branches or something?
Well, why use tree branches when you got perfectly good stain?
Yeah, perfectly good blood right there. I don't know. I thought it was I wouldn't have done that personally. I would have been like, alright,
Well, you're not a committed wife.
Oh, I'm not.
What?
Yeah, Maggie. I really like Maggie, though. She's probably one of my upper favorite characters, because she's like one of the few attractive chicks in the whole fucking show.
Which I find it funny in real life. She has a British accent.
Does she? That's awesome. She does a very well southern accent. Yeah, so she, her and Bob, she, basically their whole storyline and the entire half is just,
Gotta find Glenn.
I gotta find Glenn. No, we gotta survive. No, I'm gonna find Glenn. No, we gotta, and it's like the argument between her and Sasha and why Bob's just like, we should stick together. That's about all my input is.
Glue!
I know, I am the glue that, and we also gotta see what Bob was, how he, him wandering around, because I thought that was it was just a short little clip of it, but I really liked it. Bob just walking around, but before he met up with the group. Yeah, I don't know, I really liked that. I thought it was cool. And then, Daryl, he's with Beth, and goddamn, that is such a boring ass, until, Daryl's story after that it pissed me off, dude. Because that episode where it's just him and Beth and they're just trying to survive and shit, and then they start drinking moonshine, I'm just like, oh my god, this is so boring.
He takes like a few sips and gets really angry, and he's a very angry drunk.
Yeah, and very quick. I never drink in moonshine personally, so.
But he grew up drinking
moonshine. Yeah, I know. He should have some form of a slight tolerance to it, because she takes way more sips than he does, and seems perfectly okay. She doesn't get tipsy or anything. He's the one that flips out, gets all drunk, grabs her.
She doesn't have a tolerance at all. She's never had alcohol.
I know, she never drank before in her life, and she had a much more tolerance than him. And I understand.
And she's a smaller person all around.
I know. But I'm really curious on who the hell kidnapped her, because
I was hoping that would show up in the season.
At least as the season finale or something, like you'd see her at Terminus or some shit or something. But
I feel like that was something from the comics.
Oh, really?
But it might have been. Just because of the way they showed, driving away with a big cross on the back.
Huh.
That, but then, I know that Beth and Daryl, neither one of those characters are actually in the comics, so.
Really? That's not in it?
No.
Huh. I knew Daryl wasn't. And Daryl, yeah, he kind of goes into a little bit of depression, meets up with the gang that Rick and met. And those guys...
Which I didn't know that at first, to be honest.
Oh, I didn't know that at first either. I didn't know that until they mentioned it. Until they're like, well, yeah, we're hunting a cop, some guy who killed one of our guys in the house. He strangled him to death. I was like,
see, even then, flew right over my head.
Really?
It wasn't until he met Rick, he's like, oh.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah. No, I got it right when he mentioned the strangling. I was like, oh, that's that dude. Which I thought he was going to become the new central villain or something, to be honest.
Not till Rick fucking kills him the most way possible.
Yes. Alright, we'll save that because that's the last episode. I really want to talk about the last episode in detail. Tyrese and Carol meet up. Tyrese had Judith. He had the two little girls. I was like, man, he got the shit end of the stick. He's like, goddamn
babysitter.
How the fuck did I get stuck with all of the kids? Like, I would have killed to have Carl over here. At least that fucker's not he's able to kill zombies. I get one little psychotic chick who wants to think they're all buddies, and one,
and the one that's,
she's a little girl. She's a little girl. The little girl who has like a sense of morality, which doesn't really last long in this. And then we all know, honestly, what'd you think of that episode when you first see her kill her sister?
I was like, holy fuck.
I didn't know what the fuck they were gonna do. I was like, are they just gonna leave that girl? Are they gonna do the Of Mice and Men shit?
Which that was powerful for me.
Really? I didn't see it as, once she told her to look at the flowers, I was just like, oh fuck, this is happening. And she pulls the trigger. I thought the more powerful scene was when she admits to killing, Tyrese's girlfriend. When he admits to killing his girlfriend at the time, she starts crying. I was like, okay, is he gonna shoot her? Is he gonna leave her again? What's he gonna do? But the fact that, this takes the one thing that you don't really see in a lot of shows where he just says, I forgive you.
Yeah.
You murdered a little girl. You're gonna have to live with your own fucking demons. So, and really, actually, out of all the survivors right now, in my opinion there, Nick, I really think that, Rick has his own demons, but I really think Carol's starting to have the biggest amount of demons. Cause she's had her daughter die. She's had her shitty husband die, but, she shot a little girl. She had a little girl die on her, not like, and she's killed 2 other innocent people. I mean, she has pretty big list of fucks right there.
That she did for the greater good. Except for, the family dying.
Well, her family dying, yeah.
Which I think that's what made her snap.
Well, that's what made her so, was when you always see her with the little girl, she always says, don't run, you fight, type thing.
Yeah, I think that, when Sophie died, that lit the fuse that led to Crazy Carol.
Well, I think Carol became way more of an interesting character, because honestly, I thought, when I first saw her in season 1, I really thought, she's gonna fucking die. Abused wife, how long is she gonna fucking last? And now she's kind of, she's a badass, honestly. She's taking it, you see Tyrese always with that damn hammer. Not this girl. She's using that little fucking knife. She gets up and close and personal with those fuckers. I have to hand it to her. I say the only smart one really is Michonne, because she has a goddamn sword.
That, never needs sharpening.
Never needs sharpening. Well, if you, I think we talked about this in season 3, the zombies' heads are, made of butter. So it's not like they really, cause, they're decomposing. So it's not like they really need to have that sharp of a tool to take them out.
Okay. I know we've talked about this. Bone doesn't really get squishy.
True. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, you've seen it, where, Michonne just steps on a zombie's head and just flattens it out like it was nothing. I'm just like, that's, okay, what happened there? But anyways, just killed the little girls, which I think they did that for a good reason, because that's hard to write, in my opinion, having kids involved. Like Carl, he's pretty self-efficient, so you don't need that, but having a kid who always needs to be saved, you can only do that so long before you're just like, someone's gotta die. Either the adult protecting them dies and the kid becomes self-efficient, or the kid dies and the adults just, continue on.
Carl was pretty needy in the first 2 seasons.
Very true, but they made him self-efficient, so they could have made these girls self-efficient. And honestly, I would have liked to see them take the crazy chick to another level. Like, have her escape and come back in some other time. Because, honestly, having or I'd like to see that also done maybe with an older person who can actually affect, something. Someone who is kind of in that realm of, let's all become zombies type of thing, where he wants to turn or he or she wants to turn people into zombies. Someone older who can actually take on an adult, because just, the crazy little girl doesn't understand, well, she's just fucking insane. I can't even use the innocence,
They sort of had that. Don't you remember Herschel?
Herschel wasn't like that. Oh, well, he sort of did that, but he was just trying to keep him alive because he still had that sense of morality. He didn't believe in killing at the time. But,
and he thought they were just sick.
True.
Just people who would get better.
They just got the little case of the rabies. Alright, let's talk about the last episode, though, where, we start out with Rick and them. Actually, the whole thing's just with Rick and Michonne and Carl. And eventually, they meet up with the bandits. And I have to say, I was so goddamn worried for Carl getting raped.
Yeah.
When that dude was on top of him, just like, come here. I was like, oh god, please do not have that kid get raped. Do not have that kid get raped. I don't really feel that for characters, but no, not let Carl get raped, because you thought that kid was kind of fucked up before, kind of like not caring about people dying. He's gonna go on a murder fucking rampage. He got raped in his bum.
But this is still public TV. They're not gonna show a kid get raped.
Well, they wouldn't show it, but they'd probably do a cutaway or something.
Even still, I don't think that the networks would let them.
Dude, crime shows are all the rage. They have pedophilia once a week or something. They don't ever show it, of course, but they'll like sometimes show like a little kid in a dungeon and be like, oh, what happened? Oh, they'll never say like, oh yeah, he was fucking her. But yeah, that was such a, oh my god. I wanted that fucking rapist, that little pedophile Nick to get more than just killed. I wanted Rick to butcher that motherfucker.
Well, he did like stab him repeatedly.
Yeah, let me just say, Pulp Fiction. Nice little quote from Pulp Fiction. I want him to go medieval on his ass. Just knives up the fingernails type shit,
Theon status.
Yeah, I wanted him to fucking torture that. Cause he kills the main leader just by biting his neck. Which is so fucking metal, And it's like out of cause when they show him in the beginning, he's all bloody and shit, it's like, oh shit, is Carl dead now?
And then they, later in the episode, they show the truck, I was like, oh god, this is it, something's gonna happen.
I know. Oh god, but yeah, he bites the shit out of that guy's neck. I mean, talk about, I love how that dude was just bear hugging him like, where you go? Oh fuck! What? He's not supposed to bite! We said no biting, man! And I love how, that dude was like all becoming buddy-buddy with Daryl, and the moment he says like, no, they're good people. It's like, well no, he's lying, kill him! Like, whoa, you're just gonna kill Daryl already? Like, you're starting to become friends with him, and then anybody who disagrees with you must be lying now?
Of course, that's how it works.
I know, honestly. And, yeah, the rapist, of course, just gets stabbed repeatedly, which like I said, I wish Michonne would have just like cut off his legs and be like, no, this is your fate now, motherfucker.
Until he bleeds to death and turns into a zombie.
Exactly, you don't get to die. You get to become one of them, which I think he still would anyways, because they never, to my knowledge, I don't remember bashing his head in.
Probably stabbed him in the head. They don't actually show him they just show him stab something off screen and blood spread.
I always love that, how some of the shit they showed, like Rick literally ripping a chunk out of that dude's neck, but stabbing that one guy in the head,
Well, it's one of those, it leaves it up to the imagination how fucked up Rick made that guy.
Well, there is some point where, they didn't show because I think they were really trying to do, like, Rick doing the Braveheart, not Braveheart, like the Patriot status where he's just stabbing him until blood keeps spraying on his face.
But, what I'm going at is,
Are you talking about, like, the Pulp Fiction thing, or no, Reservoir Dogs, cutting off the ear off screen?
Leave it to the imagination. Because what you can picture in your head is way worse than what they'll put on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can agree with that. And yeah, then Daryl, of course, is okay. He didn't get fucked up that bad. I was kind of worried that he was going to be all Rick status after a little bit,
Daryl's a man, okay?
He was getting teamed up by 3 guys, and at the end, he just had a little scratch up by his eye. I was like, dude, you were a bad motherfucker. But then again, back in his day, that was a weekend for him.
Yeah, exactly. He's from a redneck trailer trash family with an abusive dad, and abusive brother, and an abusive brother's drug dealer.
Yeah, which, honestly, when they finally told about his backstory, I was like, you guys didn't need to reveal that. I knew that already. You're like, really? He didn't come up from a normal household? Like, if I would have been more surprised, Nick, if Daryl came up saying, yeah, my dad was actually a middle class. He was a plumber. He was a really outstanding guy. I grew up, I played Nintendo and all that. And then one day I grew up in my teens. I decided to go with my loser ass brother, and that's how I wound up,
Go visit his meth head dealer, Pinkman.
Yeah. Pinkman, I know. We had a meetup with some guy called, Heisenberg or something.
They do show his brother was smoking blue meth.
Was he?
Yes.
When?
Season 2, when Daryl whips out Merle's bag of drugs, there's a big bag of blue meth in there.
Really? Huh. Yeah. I don't remember that. Anyways, I haven't seen season 2 in a while. Yeah, so Daryl, okay, still always loved the fact that no matter what, he never runs out of arrows. Like, people are like, well, he picks them up. I'm like, okay, there's been many scenarios where he's running around, shooting an arrow, and he can't get time to go grab that one. Yep, still has the same 3.
Although I do like how in this one it actually shows, like, oh, these arrows I keep using are starting to break.
Yes, that is true. And one day I just want to see that later on through the series, him just going to a sporting goods thing and grab a bunch more arrows to... Alright, you guys done bitching now? Got the arrows. I got a lot of them.
Or, start just make more like he did in season 2.
True, he did make them out of wood in season 2, which... Yeah. Anyways, Daryl, then they finally meet up with Terminus, which I always thought Terminus was a little strange when I saw it at the end when Glenn and them made it. Because, nothing was locked up or anything.
And, one person to meet them.
Yeah, one person. Just, oh, hey, welcome to Terminus. Just grilling. Whatever. And then when they came in on season 2, or, not season 2, goddamn. End of season 4 when Rick and them come up, and all of a sudden, you see these group of people, and none of them are, Glenn, Maggie, and all them. Or, we completely forgot about that. The new guy.
No one cares about them.
I like that new guy. The new soldier guy. I don't even remember his name, but I like him. Cause he's kind of a badass, and the chick is hot as fuck. Then again, I love how she picks the most revealing outfit to wear during, zombie apocalypse. Anywhere you get bit, you're gonna turn into a zombie. What do? Wear less clothes. That's her plan. Short shorts, tighter shirt, and a knot,
It's hot.
Jesus Christ. And then, you got the guy from, only thing I recognize him from was Band of Brothers, and he's, he apparently, he's with that one guy with the mullet who, he's gonna die. I just know that the dude with the mullet's gonna die.
Yeah, he can't, and he may not die in the show, but he will die.
He will die.
Because, there's no way he's gonna make it to fucking Washington, D.C.
I know, honestly.
It's only a couple thousand miles.
Also, the fact that they're currently locked up in Terminus, but... Which I'm surprised they got the drop on them, but yeah, the Terminus people, they don't have anybody. And when I first saw that, I was like, there's something not right here. There's something not right. I'm on edge right now, and I understand when they hand them back their weapons, I'm like, alright, we'll see where this goes. And the moment I saw that dude wearing Glenn's armor, I'm like, oh, where the fuck are they, motherfucker?
Yeah, I did too. And then, Rick noticed it, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Rick's armor, Maggie's poncho, Daryl's poncho.
And wait a second. I didn't recognize where the hell the watch came from.
Yeah, I was like, okay, what is that, like a wallet? He's got a chain wallet in his pocket?
I know, it was like, whose pants were they? I was thinking the whole pants was like, was that what Bob was wearing? Did they just strip these people of their clothes or something?
Oh, but with the poncho, I do like that internet meme too.
What?
Just like, Daryl comes in and this was before the episode, and Daryl comes in Terminus, sees Maggie in the poncho. Is that my poncho? And Maggie just looks at him. Claimed.
That's funny. But, yeah, when I saw that, and then Rick grabs him, just, where'd you get this watch? And
then they lie.
Yeah, and of course they lie. I have to ask you, though, what's your theories on these people? Do you think they're cannibals?
I think they're cannibals.
I think they're cannibals as well, because first of all, they have meat, but I didn't see any animals. And then someone told me they saw bones.
I didn't see bones.
Yeah, they said when you saw them running by that they ran past like a pile of human bones. I was like, I must need to... Too bad I deleted the episode because I kind of want to rewatch that to see if there was. And then, not only do they also run past this, like, another thing. That wasn't even Maggie and them. Another group of people locked up somewhere.
Yeah. And let's not forget their, like, sacrificial altar room with a bunch of names written on the floor.
It's gonna be really interesting to find out what the hell's up with these people. Because they're not right in the head. And I have to say, their leader is way more charismatic than, the governor.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is insane, literally. Because the entire time he's like, man, either you do this or I'm going to shoot the kid. And he kind of has a smile on the whole time. It's like in Flanders, just decided that he was going to start killing people and eating them. And that's one thing I had a problem with is at the end of the episode just ends with them just being like, they don't know who they're fucking with. And they're just like, that's it? Like,
that's how they set up for the next season, though. That's how
you know. Like, you know what I know? I think it's going to happen. Carol and them are somehow going to find Terminus as well. And
they're looking for Terminus, so obviously they're going to.
Well, they're going to end up saving them. But I do have to like how Rick was smart enough to plan ahead and bury his guns. The good ones. It's like he kept the shitty ones on him.
That pistol.
Well, yeah. Well, he didn't have his typical Rick gun on him.
No, he traded it out for that Deagle.
Yeah. And then they also had all the shotguns and all the stuff the bandits had. They just took all their weapons and been like, let's go. Which I honestly kind of wish they would have kept the bandits alive to make it to Terminus, so that way they had someone to eat. So that way we could see them like, the bandits getting eaten alive the whole time and then, them trying to figure it out for season 4. But it'll be interesting to see or season 5. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Do you think all of season 5, this is going to be where we get in our thoughts, is going to be in the Terminus? Or do you think it's going to do like half in Terminus, half them trying to escape?
I think it's going to do a lot in Terminus, but mostly like them escape and fighting against Terminus. Kind of a season 3 governor thing.
Oh, okay.
And then they're going to move into Terminus and take that over.
That would be. I have to ask now, who do you think is going to die in season 5?
I feel like they're finally going to kill off Rick. Like they didn't stick to the comic.
The comic, Rick's still alive though.
No, he's not.
Who's the main character in the comic?
Carl.
Oh, Carl is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They may kill off Rick. I don't know how many more seasons they're planning on doing of this show.
Well, considering the comic's still going.
Yeah, well.
And also considering this doesn't stick to the comic at all.
Very true. I mean, you have Daryl and all that. Honestly, season 5, I think they might kill off. See, I'm trying to think. I can't think of any, because the people I'm trying to think, like, I think Bob might get killed off. I think the redneck dude, the one with the mullet, will be killed off. Maybe the chick that's with him. I'm just picking off maybe the side characters. I don't think Rick's gonna go. I think they're gonna keep Rick around. We might even see the death of Carl, in honesty.
I don't think so.
You don't think they'd kill off Carl?
No.
I don't know. They actually saw an internet poll where they thought at the end of season 4 who was gonna die off, which everyone was wrong because no one did. But yeah, the main person they said, because it had like, I'm trying to remember, I think it said Tyrese, it had, I think it had Glenn, it had just 4 random ones, and then it had Carl. Carl was the most. Like, Carl had over 50% of people thought he was going to be killed off. Not even close. He was almost raped. That wasn't part of that. But anyways, overall, yay or nay on season 4?
Yay.
I could say meh on season 4. I see the show starting to go. My favorite season to this day is still 2.
Yes.
2 is still the strongest season, has the most powerful, it does the friend versus friend thing. And I'm excited for season 5. And next time, AMC for season 5, please do not have like almost damn near 2 to 3 months between them. Just, maybe January. Take that month off. Just, I don't need December, January, and most of February.
See, I liked it this way though, because it leaves just enough time for me to have another show to watch.
Oh yeah,
a week later.
Yeah, are you gonna watch that Turn show?
What?
Turn, the one about the Revolutionary War spy thing.
Oh no, I was talking about
Game of Thrones. I'm gonna watch Turn as well. Anyways, that is it, everybody. Let us know what you thought of season 4 of The Walking Dead. We'd love to hear it. This was our spoiler cast. We're gonna do this probably with mostly just TV shows both me and Nick watch. Anyways, that is it. Goodbye.